Buonasera, I'm Carl and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my YouTube channel, then greetings and welcome to my YouTube channel. So I got braces done. If I sound a little bit like more weird when I make my sounds, that's why. But anyway, so this is a 2-ingredient video. But just to clarify, there's 3 recipes, so it's 2-ingredient recipes, so 3 2-ingredient recipes. But yeah, anyways, let's get right to it. Alright guys, so now I'm inside my kitchen. If you guys hear any screaming, that's my brother and his friend, and if you hear any squeaking, that's my dog. So I'll be making 3 recipes. So every one of those 3 recipes has 2 ingredients. So I'll be making homemade pasta, some flatbread, I believe it's called, and then some strawberry sorbet. And yeah, also the original recipe that I found for 2-ingredient pasta was like some sort of like, I think it was like gluten-free or something, because it was cheese and eggs, which kind of sounds weird a bit. So I just googled it, and real pasta is literally also 2 ingredients. Well, this one's gonna be 3 or 4 ingredients for it, but technically, hypothetically, it's 2, okay? Like you need 2 for it. Anyways, I'll be cooking here just as last time. The ingredients are right there. And yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so first up, I'll be starting with the pasta because I feel like it. I have my school Chromebook just as last time, so I can actually read it. And yeah, so it says, first make an nest with the flour on a clean work surface adhering. Okay, so I basically just make like a well type of thing. I don't know the official terms. Like you put the flour, you make a little hole in the center, then you add the eggs in. So that's literally it, really. I just want to see how much flour I need, and that's pretty much it. Alright, so it says 2 cups of all-purpose flour and then 3 large eggs. And then it says I can add sea salt and extra virgin oil. It's not mandatory. Yeah, it's 2 ingredients, so you know what, I'll just do the eggs and I'll do the flour. I might add like a pinch of salt, but like that doesn't really count, right? So yeah, I'll get started with that. Can you even see me? I have lifted up the camera a little bit. Doesn't do much difference, but still. So I get started with that. There's not a lot of whole-purpose, whatever it is. So there's some unbleached all-purpose flour. I don't know if that does any difference. I'll just use that because that's all I have really. And I'll be making it on my counter, so yeah. First of all, I'll just clean up the space a little bit. I cleaned up before I started filming, but I'll just make sure of it. Also, I figured doing this pasta recipe instead of the cheese one would like not piss as much the Italians in case I do this recipe wrong. So like, you know. We're 4 people that are gonna be eating this, so I'm not sure. Maybe I'll add another cup. Actually, I'll just double the recipe. This is similar to making la pâte sablée, really, or any type of dough. You just make a whale with your flour, then you put your eggs in it, or with butter, or whatever you're using, really. So yeah, I'll just put in the eggs now. And there is 7 eggs in here, which is perfect. Yeah, I'm cracking it on the counter, okay, because I don't know where else I'm gonna crack it. Alright, so I just remembered about this thing, so I'm gonna... Is it tapisserie, tapé? I don't remember. So I'm just gonna put the flour in it to remove the chunks. I don't remember the name, what it is. It sounds like tapisserie, but tapisserie is like a type of like painting type of thing, so it's not that. But I don't remember what it's called. Oh gosh, I'm gonna get flour all over myself. This is like cooking class all over again. I'm doing it from high, by the way, so you guys can see. I don't usually do it this high. Alright, okay. So now I'm gonna make my whale again. It's so soft to play with, and it's like filtered or like removed from the chunks. It's like sand, but like 10 times softer. So I'm gonna make my whale. It needs to be pretty big, so I need to put around 5 to 6 eggs in here. Right now I'm just trying to, ooh, because it's falling everywhere. Trying to put back the egg in it, it fled away. So this is what it looks like. Ignore like the yolk right there, like the white part. It's because it fell from the pool or whale, whatever. But yeah. Shoot, my whole yellow is breaking. I'm making it worse. Alright, I'm gonna... So it says you have to play with this with your hands. So I'm just gonna... Either way, it doesn't do much difference. It's gonna get merged in some point, right? Just... It's such a weird texture. Why is this not merging together? Come on. Merge. Actually, I don't need olive oil. Material raw. I'm gonna play with this pasta myself. Don't need no olive oil to save me. Probably do, but like we don't talk about that. It's giving, you know, it's giving crepe pasta. I'm gonna add another egg in there. Oh yeah, I said I was supposed to add 6, I added 5 or 4, I don't remember. I'm gonna add another one. Maybe it's missing a sibling, so that's why it's like having a midlife crisis, you know? I just watched a Barbie movie and all I think about is like Barbie having a midlife crisis when I say that now. Actually, you know what? I feel the olive oil is needed a bit. Don't need no olive oil to save me. Okay, this is from Tunisia. This might have been from Italy, but no. It's giving pizza dough. Ta-da! Oh my god. It's becoming very sticky. I'm not sure if this is a sign that it's working or a sign that there's not enough flour in here. I'll add a bit of flour so it doesn't stick as much. The entire bag is full. Ta-da! It's been 10 minutes that I've been playing with it and it's actually looking like something now. It says to cut it into 4 parts and then to lay it on some sheet or something. I'll reread the instructions just to make sure, but yeah. Alright, so I just read the instruction and the next step is to put this ball of dough into some sort of like plastic wrap or something and then leave it at room temperature for around 30 minutes. So I'll get started with the bread now, I believe, and yeah. I'm gonna clean up a bit the counter because there's like a lot of dough left on here, and then I'll get started with the bread. I'll be right back because of the editing. I'll be here magically now. Alright, so the 2 ingredient flatbread.
One of the simple yet the scrumptious 2 ingredient flatbread and no time. Nothing for giving, wrapping, or just flour and stuff. This versatile flatbread will come to you around you for all your culinary adventures. Keep in mind.
Alright, so it makes 4 flatbreads, so that's perfect because we're 4. So in the large bowl, mix together yogurt and flour until it forms another dough. Alright, so I'll get a bowl for that. 1 cup of this and then 1 cup of self-rising flour. I don't have any self-rising flour, so I'll have to make my own. But yeah. Alright, so it doesn't have like this is some baking powder. Steven, what art thou doing? Are you bothering Lucci? Alright, so we'll pretend that this is self-rising flour and I've had this entire time, and we'll put that in. It says, in a large bowl, mix together until it forms a smooth dough. It doesn't say how to mix it. So assuming, transfer the dough to a floured surface, divide into 4 parts, roll out each into you know what, I'll use my hands because it needs to be like a dough texture either way, so. Oh, I forgot to set a timer for dough. We'll just pretend that it's been 5 minutes so the dough's been sitting. I don't think it's gonna matter if it's 30 5 minutes so the dough sets, whatever. I'm wondering, for those who have made like flatbread before, is this usually how you would make flatbread? Like, is it like Greek yogurt and flour for you guys? Like, is that just like the everyday recipe, or is it just this recipe that's just like asking for this? Approximately 4 bowls. Use plenty of flour in order to prevent sticking. So let me just... Alright, so this is editing Carl. So actually my phone was very low on storage and I barely could download the part where I started making the bread. So I finished making it off camera, so including just rolling it and so on. But you guys will see what the bread looks like before I put it onto the pan so I can cook it. And yeah, right now I get started with the strawberry sorbet. Alright, so I've just cut these up into 4 parts. They're totally equal. I'm just gonna flatten those out, and I'll cut those into rows. I'll flatten them up very nice because I don't have the machine for it. And yeah, then I'll boil the water before putting the pasta, and then I'll show you guys when it's boiling and things on. I don't have much storage, so I'll be right back. Ooh, there's a bit of flour on top, but like I can just brush that off in the end. Alright, I have just finished up cutting the pasta. It actually looks beautiful. And now I am finishing the last bread. I finished 3 of them. They look beautiful so far. So right now the water is boiling because you have to let the water boil first before adding the pasta. And it should be ready very soon.
Well, it has a very interesting texture. It's like a little thicker than I'm usually used to.
How much would you rate it?
A 6 perhaps.
6? Alright.
Filo bread delicious.
How many out of 10? Is it chewy?
I will say 8 to 9.
8 to 9? Perfect.
It's a little challenging.
Oh yeah, the sauce is just from a can, but I just grabbed one because it wasn't part of the video. So how much would you rate out of 10? What does that mean? How many out of 10?
I'll give it like an average 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10?
I
How
would
about the
say
bread?
a 5.5 out of 10.
Alright. How much of the bread?
No, that's higher.
Higher?
I guess 8.
Alright. It's thick. I'm trying to chew my braces. So it is a little thicker than usual. Although I like the taste though. Like the taste is pretty good though, right? Like it's not that bad. I would probably rate it a 6, around that, or a 5. And now for the pita bread, mine is a little like mine. This one's the first one, so it's not that hot. You know, can I even just eat this with my braces? I actually pretty like this. Maybe like an 8 or a 9. Whew, I have been eating for like an hour now. This is taking forever. Is that a chicken? Alright, let's see. Ooh, satisfying.
Here Carl brought us a sorbet made of strawberries.
Pig's blood. Strawberries, you said? Oh.
Yeah. Let's see.
Strawberries, honey, and a bit of water. I wasn't supposed to add water, but it was very thick.
It's very good.
It's actually quite delicious.
How much would you rate it?
I really like it.
How much would you rate it?
I would rate it 7, and I would rate it 10 if there was rum in it.
Great. I'll take notes for you.
Because then
What
it would
should
be,
you rate it?
because then it would
Me,
be.
I actually really like it. I will give it a
I don't have
a 9.
I give it a
9?
sorbet out of a sorbet.
Here, my turn.
Hopefully you haven't tried it.
I did try it. I tried from the blender, so I already know how it tastes, but it's pretty good. I would say probably a 9. I really
Yeah,
like
me
it.
too.
It reminds me of the ice cream. How is it called? Pops.
Yeah.
Near my grandma's house, there's like this sorbet shop, and it tastes pretty similar.
Yeah,
it's
it's
very
really
good.
good.
Yeah. So now the video's over, guys. So yeah.
Very good job.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the meal.